Alright, let's get down to it, Rob. What do you actually know? If you couldn't talk about it with her.
Sorry, but I'm not sure I should really be discussing this.
You're here. That means you have serious concerns. You wouldn't have shown up at my door otherwise. One day is usually not enough of a gap to be worried about, but you are. Why?
Is it okay to talk in front of...
These two are part of my team, Rob. Anything you can say to me, you can say to them. You trust me, you trust them. Speaking of which, I'm always interested in why people come to me and not anyone else. Like the police.
The police add entanglement. That's what Diane always says. Too many strings, too much bad blood and misunderstanding. She told me it was safer to leave them out of the picture.
Maybe I'm jumping the gun here, so to speak. But did she warn you in some way that trouble was coming? And that if or when it did, you should be contacting me rather than the police?
You're very quick. About a week ago when she came home, she was very agitated. Wouldn't give me specifics except to say, well, more or less what you just said. That trouble was brewing, and it would involve her. And that if for any reason she acted strange, I shouldn't wait. I should go to you, and only you.
Did you even know who I was? Had you heard about what I do? What I've done?
Honestly, no. Not until she disappeared. Then I did enough research to find you and learn that you're the one who kidnapped Natalie Chalmers.
I'm not sure what kind of information sources you searched, but kidnap is hardly the word I would choose. Rescued is a little closer, but even that falls far short. It doesn't matter, Tess. Rob will figure it out sooner or later on his own, if he decides to have us help him find Diane. But why would she specify me as the only one to help you, Rob? It seems just a little arbitrary.
I don't know, and I'm sorry I got the wrong idea about what you did to Natalie Chalmers. But one thing I can say, Diane seemed very sure of herself. She knew more about you, and about what you do, than she told me.
Well, let me make this easier for you. I believe that I can not only help, but I might have ended up getting involved in your case regardless of whether you brought this to me. Why, I can't explain, but suffice to say that I already had an inkling something unusual might happen, relating to a clandestine national intelligence network. Your arrival here now? Not entirely unexpected.
I have no idea how you might have known I was coming before I arrived, but it's the kind of thing Diane was always interested in. Fate, predestination, fortune-telling. She truly believes some people can tell the future. Maybe that was why she knew something bad was about to happen. Her prescience.
All the more reason for me to get involved. I think I'd be very interested in meeting this Diane. So, next question is, now that you've met me, know maybe a little more about who I am, are you still intent on having me help you? Because once we begin this thing, I warn you right now, there will be no backing out. I commit to something, especially a situation like this, that I already have an interest in. I stick with it. And I bring to bear all the resources I have available to me. Some of which might surprise you.
I trust Diane, so I trust you. Please do what you can. I know in my heart that she's in real danger. Bring her back.
I promise you, I'll do everything I can. But the first thing I need from you is to know what you know. Don't leave anything out, because every detail could be important.
Her name is Diane Pereira. She's some sort of field agent. What she does is dangerous, and she travels extensively. She carries a gun. And she's in incredible condition. Keeps herself that way as part of her ongoing training for work.
How well do you know her, Rob? As a person. I mean, how long have you been with her?
We've been together nearly a year. She's the most caring, thoughtful person I know. It's hard for me to believe sometimes that she does what she does.
Could there be another side to her? A darker, more violent side? In the kind of position you're describing she's in, that might be a prerequisite for survival.
No. Whatever she does, the details, she's not an enforcer, not a killer. I'm sure of it.
I believe you. So now we come to it. You don't actually know where she works, do you? Just the general parameters.
No, I don't. But I thought, if you were as good as she seemed to think, then...
Don't worry about that. We'll find her all right. The reason I actually asked was not really about her, though. It was about you. Because you can be sure whatever organization she works for will know not only who you are, but also what you know. And if for any reason they consider your knowledge to be a threat to them, at this time when Diana's clearly been removed from the picture, you will be the next to go.
You You mean I could be in danger?
It would depend on whether they think you're telling anyone what you know might be a problem for them. Which brings me to my last point. By showing up here, even before you'd said anything, all of us in this room will be under scrutiny. Like it or not, we're all in this together now.
The good news, or maybe I should say, the not so bad news, is that although said organization may know you came here, they don't know exactly who you talked to, or what you said.
Yes, I've been meaning to tell you, Alex. The alarm system you installed has acted up a couple of times. Got me up in the middle of the night for no reason. Maybe when you get a little time...
New job, new hours, Kat. INN's a great place to work, but they expect a lot. I'll see what I can do to squeeze you in. Kat, you're saying I'm in danger? And that now, so are you? What do we do? If they're after us, who's going to protect us?
Leave that to me, Rob. Now that we're working together, you need to know at least some of my trade secrets. Sorry, but like Diane, I can't give you all the details. But I guarantee that you did not arrive here unnoticed. So we all need to get out of here together and move somewhere that these people will not be able to find you. Alright?
Of course. But I don't see how...
Just stay with us and learn. Tess, Alex, Rob, take my hand and hold on. So, the chances of this missing person case not being linked to Catherine's clandestine agency threat are almost zero. This woman, Diane, is part of whatever organization in our timeline has gone rogue. And it's possible she may not even be missing at all, just pulled into an undercover status by the organization itself. The very fact that she's gone dark and Rob has his hackles raised tells me this is not something she would normally do. So, as soon as I drop Rob off at McGill's, set him up in our own personal basement safe house, it's time to start digging. See what really happened to Diane, and how I can get her back. The strange thing, though, is that although Katja knows something's about to happen, she hasn't had any contact yet with her version of Rob, or a spy-type organization. Why is her timeline not following a similar pattern? Bears looking into as well. But right now, we drop Rob off, I get Tess and Alex home, and let Miguel know he has a new guest. Then begin the search for Diane Pereira.
Jesus, what just happened? Where am I?
You're perfectly safe, Rob. In an apartment we've used before to keep clients off the radar while we resolve their case. You're in the basement of a house that's owned by a very good friend and colleague. He and his wife live upstairs. I'll make sure you're stocked with food, and I'll let your hosts know you're here. But the most important thing for you is stay here. Don't leave unless it's with me, the way you arrived. Understand?
And just how exactly did I arrive? What, you have some sort of teleport ability?
Something like that. As good a description as any. So when I come and go, nobody will see it happen. Which means, unless you're carrying some sort of tracker, which by the way would be blocked down here anyway, thanks to Alex here, you have now dropped off the radar just like your girlfriend. We need you to stay that way. Clear?
Are you part of the same organization Diane is? Is that how you got this technology?
It's not technology, and no, I'm not in her agency. But you didn't answer my question. Are you going to do what I ask and stay here out of sight while I do the digging I need to?
You're going to find her, right?
That's the idea. And if I can, bring her back here. But I can't promise that right now. Not until I know more about what we're actually dealing with.
I'll keep hidden then. As long as you come back and give me regular updates.
Good. Expect me back here within the hour. In the meantime, get comfortable. We've got an entertainment hub in the bedroom. It might help you stay distracted. And now, I'm taking my friends home.
Can I watch how you do it?
There's nothing to see. But to save you the freak factor, I'd suggest you step into the bedroom and give us 10 seconds.
If you insist. But...
Great way to reopen our lines of communication, Kat. We come for a quick visit and end up entangled in your latest complex mystery. So let's have it. What's really going on here? When I contacted Katja earlier, she was in a state of near panic. She sensed something big coming, something so important it was driving her to distraction. So much so that she wasn't spending enough time with her closest friends, and it was bothering them.
Sounds familiar. Does this important event have anything to do with our new friend Rob and his partner?
Probably, because when I left Katja, I went further forward, found a new sister self, mayor of a city, under so much stress she could hardly sit still. So close to the coming event that her intuition, her sixth sense, was ringing constant alarm bells. I tracked her to that event. It was a bomb, set by a rogue federal espionage agency that had decided they'd had enough of the existing administration and were primed to take over by force.
Kat, did you follow a timeline to...
I did, to the point where she went looking for the bomb in the basement of her admin building, City Hall. Found it just in time for it to blow up in her face. At which point, at least for me, my connection with her and her line ended.
Shit. I'm sorry, Kat. We know there have to be situations like that out there, a lot of them, but hard to watch firsthand.
Very hard, my friend. So I went back a couple of days, found out what she was feeling, what she was thinking, and now I need to do whatever I can to save her.
So this whole thing with Rob and Diane, it's all secondary. You're mostly just trying to get enough background to be able to save your future sister selves.
Not just that, although that has to take priority. The crises they're facing, or about to face, yes, we have to decipher those, see if anything can be done to guide Katja and Catherine around the line-ending events, but that's only the start of it. Whatever they're facing, we will also face here. Our own version with its own unique characteristics, yes, but a crisis in our own line, and possibly one that could involve, judging by Catherine's situation, the end of my timeline hopping forever.
I had no idea. Now I understand why you were so quick to take up the case of finding Diane. She could be the key to how this whole mess will manifest in our timeline.
Exactly. So I need to go off and do some investigating. Leave you two here to fend for yourselves. I suggest you make sure you're off the radar as well. Alex, you still have this place sealed?
Now that I live here too, tighter than ever. Even have an anti-intruder system installed now. Anyone gets through the secure locks, they walk into a stun blast that should knock out anyone 3 times over.
And you didn't think to warn me? What if I come over for a surprise visit?
If you're on the authorized admission list and you know the codes, you're safe. You, girl, are on the list.
That's all very well, except I don't recall any codes. You have some sort of coding system?
Only if you come in through the door. The rest is DNA. Get inside. If your DNA sequence is not on our list, you get zapped. I mean, how often do you arrive here in the normal way? Had to be sure you'd be able to jump in here like you just did and not be targeted, right?
Thanks, Alex, for thinking ahead. I'd have got quite the shock if I'd arrived with you both in tow and been instantly knocked cold.
You realize, of course, this doesn't mean you just show up here whenever you like. Remember, Kat, Alex and I are a couple now.
I get it. A little personal time once a month or so. I promise. I'll stay out of your space every 4th Saturday.
Maybe it'd be better, after all, if I just gave you the door codes and you appeared in the hall outside. That way, you give us some warning.
If you're not with me, I'll do that, Alex. But I'm keeping a close eye on you for the next few hours, to see if your visit to my office stirred up any unwanted interest. Okay?
Just arrive in the living room, okay? I think it's safer that way.
Done. And I'll be scanning the area for people skulking in the shadows with binoculars. Good enough?
You go do what you have to do. Just remember what we agreed. You've been distracted. Now we know why. But we're part of that distraction. We're all in this together. No better excuse for seeing each other. And you owe us a lunch. Right?
Got it. And Tess, can you please give Miguel a quick call for me? Let him know about his new guest. I need to find out what's really happening here, and that has to be my top priority.
I'll tell him. Now get out of here, and watch yourself.
And you. So, for now, they'll be safe here, even if the mysterious spy organization now has them on their radar. It'll take them some time to organize a monitoring team and start staking out Tess's apartment. One of these days I'll have to ask them why they moved into her place and not Alex's. Although I suspect I know the answer. Alex was never the tidiest person. Far more work to clean up his place to Tess's standards than the other way around. Anyway, right now I'm on the trail of Diane, and that starts at my office. Didn't take them long. Some suspicious characters skulking outside the building, probably followed Rob and now waiting for us, or at least him, to come out. It's going to be a very long wait. Alright, let's pick up the energy trail that Rob left getting here. There it is. Follow it out and across town. Southeast side, suburban bungalow. 991 Forest Glade. Also being watched. Seems like Rob is a person of interest whether he knows it or not, just like I told him. And these guys look pretty good. Alibis intact. Delivery van, boulevard lawn care. Probably rotate the roles for around the clock. Alright, on the back. Ah, there in the bushes. The full-time shift. Okay, let's get inside. See if I can pick up Diane's trail. Bedroom, best place to start. Yes, strong aura. Now I trail her, follow her from the house. Downtown. Office tower. Inside. Elevator bank. Let's try up. No, lost the trail, so down. Wait, this is going far further than it should. The agency hiding in plain sight. Must be an exclusive elevator. Maybe requires an ID confirmation to operate. Wow, this place is massive. Office complex, conference rooms. I guess this is their information hub. Room filled with operators on screens and one giant global map on the wall. Probably those dots are agents working the field. But no sign of our girl. Athletics room. Cafeteria. Accommodations. Down another level. Kitchens. Storage. No, this looks ominous. Sealed doors. Security station. Guards. Cells. There she is. Diane. Has to be. The trail ends here. So, whatever's going down here, she's not part of it. And they've sealed her away, so she can't spread the word. Looks terrified but determined. Well, she needs to be kidnapped, so to speak. But I'm going to have to take care of the surveillance system first, or they'll have some disappearance footage that might be incriminating. Back to the security station. Alright, patrolling guards through a steel door from the security team. Should be able to take out those two at the station, disable the monitoring and recording devices, then take out the patrolling guards. Even better if I also release any other prisoners down here too before I leave. But not until I have Diane. Alright, let's see how out of practice you are, Cat.
Hey, what the...
Alright, take one of these pistols. Good. Cameras. Now, the surveillance system has a nice interface. Let's destroy the whole rack. I guess that was inevitable. Let's get those last guards and pick up our girl.
Hey, what are you...
What? Shit! Where did you panic, Diane? I understand you've heard of me? My name is Katie Anderson. Rob hired me, and I'm here to get you out.